Okay, so we have organized all of our parts, or we haven't organized it. We have all our parts. We've got our 3 pictures. You have a title. You have your anecdotal story or your narrative essay. And you recorded your speech, and it is right there. So these are your parts. Our next step is to organize it and to label your things. So there's many ways you could organize it. You want to make things look nice and neat. And when you click on things like, oh, I can move that paragraph, I can do it lower right. I might be able to put my audio right underneath my name. And I think that's what we should all do so it's easy to find when we're at graduation. I will probably center my name there. And then maybe you have your pictures in chronological order. You could do something like that. And then let's say you want to label things. So I'm going to make an arrow. I'll click on my arrow. Oops, sorry, it's right here. And I'm going to go I'm going to change this. I'm going to put my baby picture over here. I'm going to make it big. And I'll move my arrow. Get rid of my arrow. I'm going to make a new arrow. I'll make another arrow down here. They come up. And I'll make another arrow down here. So I'm going to move it over here. And then I will add a text box of what all of those are. So this is, I'm going to call this one my favorite experience. I'm going to shrink it. Have to click it twice. Favorite school project, tree tapping. All right, and it's got to, make it fit your arrow. I can also change the color of that. You can go here, you can go up, and you can fill the color up here. I'm not going to do that right now. You know how to mess around with that stuff. You guys are very digital literate. I'm going to put this one down here, and so on and so forth. I can put text here. I can put text here and label them. And there I have it all organized. Now remember, we have 38 of these to go through, so you want to make it pretty simplistic. You want to make it so it grabs a person's attention. Now look at, I've got all this space that's open, so maybe when you go there, you can make your picture bigger. Now, whenever you make your pictures bigger, you have to click on the corners. Do not click on the sides or the middle, and this is why. Watch what happens to my picture when I do this. See how it distorts? And you don't, unless you want that, you can do that. But you want to keep your picture at its same parameters, and then you can make it bigger or smaller to scale as you like. That's there. I think my only requirement is your name is up here nice and big, so when it pops up onto the screen, everybody knows who we're talking about, and that your audio is there and ready to go, so that when I play the slideshow, I can hit the audio and then you'll come up and talk. Now the beauty of this is you do not have to give your speech live, so there's nothing to be nervous about. You can read your audio or read your story and make it as good as you want it, and after a while, if you want to edit it and you keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, you can get it to be perfect. And you could use inflection. You can make sure that you're pausing correctly. You can make sure that you're clear. You can make sure that you put emphasis on words, and you go back and forth until you get it exactly the way you want to put it and present it to the graduation ceremony. And I think the other thing is to make sure we don't have super bright colors. But if I put this like a fluorescent pink, if I change that background to a fluorescent pink, what happens is it dilutes your writing. Like all of a sudden, if I do something like this, all of a sudden the emphasis is on the color and not so much on your pictures or the writing. I think you want to have a dull background so your writing and your pictures stand out. You want that to stand out the most, not the background. So I think some of these lighter tones, and you can work with it, like you know, you can do that. See, now the pictures and the writing stand out, and you can play around with it till the slide looks good. You don't have to do it the way I did it here. You don't have to put arrows. Maybe you just label each picture that's there. If you're going to put animations in, I would have them come in before we press, because if we press the speech thing, you have to go through the whole thing, and then you're like, if you have your pictures on an animation, we hit the speech thing, your pictures won't come up until it's done. So you want to make sure that your animations are timed right. So if I'm going to click that and I'm going to go insert, I'm going to put animation right down here on the bottom. We did this for Choose Your Own Adventure. There's also slide transitions. Some of you became really good at it. As we went through, I'm going to add an animation. We're going to fly in from the left, and maybe we'll fly in from the right. And we're going to go there, and we're done. And here it goes. Oh, it just appeared. We had it. There it goes. So you can play around with your animations if you want. It takes a lot of exploring. If you do, I wouldn't go crazy with the animations. Just make it so it looks good. Okay, if you have any questions, make sure you call myself, email me, and I'll help you out as best as I can. If you cannot get the audio to work, make sure you're in contact with me, and I'll get you recorded either in Zoom or in Screencastify, or I will call you on the phone and I'll put it on my speaker. We'll make it work.